Alright, today I'm going to do a review of the Marmot Limelight 3P backpacking tent. I've owned my Marmot for about 5 years, and I've used it everywhere you can possibly think of, from the beach to the snow to the mountains, and I have really enjoyed it. I think it's the best tent I've ever owned. Alright, let's go over some of the specifications of the Marmot Limelight 3P. Three-person backpacking tent. The packed weight's about 6 pounds 11 ounces. The fast fly weight is 4 pounds 2 ounces, and the pack size is 22.5 inches long by about 8 inches in diameter. It says it's got 3 poles, which it does, and number of vestibules 2. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with a lot of the really specifics. You can go to Marmot's website and check them out, and look over the exact square surface area the tent takes up, and other details about the tent. I'm just going to go over what I think about it and show you how I set it up. One of the great things about this tent is it comes with its own ground cloth. They call it a footprint, but I've always known of it as a ground cloth. And it's durable. It attaches to the tent. It can be set up without the tent itself, just the footprint and the rain fly. You can set that up just to use it as shade or just to sleep under it. I've also set it up in a pouring rain, and you set up the ground cloth first, you put the poles in it, and then you set up the rain fly, and you get that area dry, a dry area where you can set up the rest of the tent so you don't get rain inside your tent. Then you go underneath and you set the tent up underneath the rain fly and on top of the ground cloth. That right there is an excellent option if you have to set up your tent in the rain. As you can see here, I set my my Limelight up on the beach, and I just had the ground cloth there and my rain fly, and it worked out great. I was able to sit under there in the shade, and for all of you guys who like to go to the beach and you're not really camping, you just want a place to sit in the shade, the Limelight 3P is also dual purpose for this. I sat in that tent or underneath the rain fly all day long. I was in the shade. I enjoyed myself. I went swimming, and then later on that evening I put the tent up. So it's a great option. Alright, here we go. I'm going to set up my Marmot Limelight. It packs really well into the bag. They didn't make the bag so small that you can't easily get the tent in and out of it after you roll it up. I pack my fold my Marmot into thirds, which does make it easier to put into the bag. And I pack it with the rain fly and the footprint in there. The rain fly is inside the tent. I pack it in there. It goes a lot easier. Alright, we're going to speed things up a little bit. I don't want to bore you too much with me setting up my tent, but this will just give you a quick idea how I do it. Alright, so let's take a tour of this thing. Both doors are really big, one on each side. They both unzip all the way. They're huge. There's a hook on top for hanging a light. There's also some loops up there that you can tie line and hang your laundry. There's a couple big pockets on the inside. The vestibules are pretty large. The vestibule on this side is the small vestibule. The vestibule on the other side is much larger. And as you can see, the guy lines there, they are not included with the tent. And the tent only comes with 6 stakes, so you have to purchase extra stakes to stake down the guy lines. Both vestibules have a pretty good sized vent there that can either be opened or closed. Also included with the tent is this little device, and it is used to repair tent poles. So if you have a broken tent pole and needs repair, this little device can provide an improvised repair in the field for your tent pole. Alright, this stake right here is an example of one of the tent stakes that come with the tent. There are 6 of them, and they are used to stake down each one on each corner of the tent, and then one on each vestibule of the tent. Alright, here's a technique that I use to stay warm in the wintertime. I take a space blanket, emergency blanket that you could buy at Walmart for $5, and I tape it to the top of my footprint, the side that's going to go against the tent, and this helps reflect your body heat back up to the tent, back up into the tent, and really does a nice job keeping you warmer in the wintertime. Alright, that is my review of the Marmot Limelight 3-person tent. I really love this tent. It's probably the best tent I've ever had. I've used it more than any other tent that I've ever had. It's well worth the money. It does say it's a 3-person tent, but I can tell you this, that 2 people fit real comfortably inside. 3 people might be a little tight, but it has proved to be durable. There's plenty of headroom in there, and it is a good 3-season tent.